Springtime means warmer weather, and with that comes increased activity outdoors and, of course, around the house. Here to talk about ways to help prevent injuries to your back during all that increased activity is Dr. Richard Busch with Busch Chiropractic and Pain Center. Thanks for coming in today for Medical Minute, of course.
Thank you for having me.
So, what are some of the best ways to help prevent back injuries as we're out and about now?
Well, I think first of all, we want to make sure that we really realize how big the project is. And along with that, we want to make sure that as we're working on these things, that we think about the things that, like, wear protective gear. Make sure that you're stretching beforehand. Warm up and cool down, okay? Then along with that, realize that if you haven't been doing this stuff for quite a while, you're not going to be as strong as you were last year. And we see a lot of patients that actually have a tendency to go out and they way overdo it, or they think, hey, I'm just going to cut up these sections of trees or whatever, and they try to move way too much. They need to get some help as well. And I think you mentioned a little bit ago, or just have somebody else do it for you.
That's always my favorite method. But what are some of the common injuries that you see?
Well, you see anything from sprain strains where somebody is trying to lift too much and they just strain their back. We also see a lot of patients who they do that bending, lifting, and twisting thing and feel that little sharp shooting pain, where they develop some sciatic pain. In a lot of cases, that's something that just a minor adjustment of the hips and pelvis or lower back can actually help settle it down. But then along with that, obviously the things where you get the radiating pain into your shoulders, your arms, or into your neck as well. And there are all kinds of injuries that we can do as far as repetitive stress. And those are things that we just kind of have to keep an eye on and make sure that we understand, number one, how big the project is. Number two, if we can do some stretching exercises before, it's a good idea. And then along with that, make sure that you're actually not trying to do it all at once.
And then just real quickly in our last few moments here, how do you know when you should get it looked at and not just kind of rest for a little bit?
Well, as far as that's concerned, most of the time if it's a minor injury, a little bit of rest and ice is going to actually help it. So the rest and ice will take care of a lot of that stuff. Stretching will actually help as well. Stay away from the non-steroidal anti-inflammatories because they kind of cover up the pain, but they also slow the healing process of soft tissue. And then along with that, as I mentioned earlier, just good chiropractic care will actually help in a lot of those cases also.
All right, good advice as always. Thank you, Dr. Busch.
Thank you.
And you can find out more about Busch Chiropractic by calling the number there on your screen. We'll send it back to you, Pat.